two of the most important things that I see aside from nutrition and exercise that are highly disregarded are sleep and stress. Sleep is the best medicine that we have. Access to it's free, it's available. If sleep goes, everything else goes.
Access to it is free unless you can't find it.
Sleep.
And then it's a real son of a bitch.
And that's the thing about most of the people that come to me. It's like there's one thing about, I think we live in a production-driven society. No sleep has been glorified for a long time now.
I used to sleep when I'm dead.
I used to be one of those guys. Then you start to realize I might die from not sleeping.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's changed my life, having to restructure my own, time schedules and making sure I'm getting to bed at a decent time and minimizing screen exposure and doing a lot of these things.
What's your sleep routine? Do you do red light in the bedroom, blackouts, no TV?
There's a lot of really cool new information coming out there. If you look, one of the new things I'm researching and looking at is the radio frequency, just emitting from our phones and these things. There's no evidence on what this is actually doing to us cellularly as we're holding these earpods.
It's all way too new, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see, but they've shown these little pocket protectors you can put your phone in, but that stuff is shown to disrupt your sleep. So getting those out of the room or your sleeping space, can be really beneficial. I tell my patients, even minimizing the artificial light in your house a couple hours before bedtime can increase melatonin production. Blue blocking glasses, I always will put those on. Some people will put them on around the house a couple hours before bedtime just to eliminate that exposure. So that's the main thing I see is a lot of people just have a hard time turning off neurologically. And so that's one thing that can help.
What's up? That's me.
Yeah.
When you compare what you do and what you do for your paying clients, for your patients is backed by science, education, et cetera. And then you look out at this just vast amount of data that comes in. To me, it's all fascinating, all this biohacking stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Are you curating through that, sifting through that, looking for things and trying new things yourself just as part of your advice to a client, a patient, when you're talking to them about lifestyle changes?
As far as different types of treatments and stuff like that?
I don't know. Troy Aikman just posted a pretty long post about he wakes up in the morning and he knocks down a silent 30-minute meditation every day, no matter what. That's work. That takes work. Yes. I meditate 30 in silence. That takes work. Yeah. You've got your infrared sauna. Yeah. You've got your hyperbarics. I know cryo is something you all help out with. Are these all things that I can tell you're passionate about it, but they're all things that you would try yourself before you would advise?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, all the stuff that I recommend, I try to practice what I preach. Again, I'm human and I falter. But
not acceptable.
I hold myself accountable as much as I can, because, first of all, who's going to listen to somebody who's, number one, not doing what they're teaching, or doesn't, look the part. So, I wish I had more time to do all of those things. I have incorporated more stretching and kin stretch. I work with a trainer that had some hip mobility stuff. We do cryo, IV therapy. I'm a huge advocate for peptide therapy. We offer a lot of options for that. I've healed my own shoulder, had a labral tear. I couldn't even do a push-up.
With peptides?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. And I've had plenty of clients based on my own trial and experience with it that I've used some of these combined peptide therapy treatments for acute and chronic injury, and a lot of it is just mitigating inflammation and boosting immune function. So, yes, I try everything. I love the red light therapy. I'm looking at trying to add some of these components that are new. It's so fascinating because it's changing constantly. That's the coolest thing about functional medicine, alternative medicine, is that it's cool, and it's also stressful from a provider standpoint, because things are constantly changing and evolving, and more evidence coming up. There's a lot of options for treatments, and I think that's great, especially in the realm of pharmacology, where we have these compounding pharmacies that are putting together different components, for gut health, for injury repair, for sleep, for sexual dysfunction. So we've got something for everybody. And a lot of these are all naturally occurring amino acid complexes that happen in our body, very minimal risk. We do screen for certain ones for patients, so not everybody's a candidate. But for the most part, people respond really well to them and get positive benefits. So